I'm a big believer that understanding history and the past is one of the most powerful ways of understanding how to keep evolving. People deserve to hear these stories from these incredible women of Virtuoso, who sometimes I lovingly call my Virtuoso moms, because they gave me a lot of great advice along the way. But it's both a very powerfully personal thing, but also very pragmatic. And I'm excited to be able to do this and capture this for the benefit of other people, other women, and the network as a whole. I wanted to start this project with the powerful women of Virtuoso, because quite frankly, I think that men can learn a lot from that, because I think that they naturally do that. Women are more naturally holistic than men.
Well, back then, 40 years ago, women's place was in the home. You know, that's where you're supposed to be. And I was a rebel. I really wanted to have my own business, run my own business, not have to ask somebody for permission to do what I thought best.
And most women, it didn't work then. And I have never really liked to cook, and I just said, I'm never going to stay home and bake cherry pies. And so, I waited until the children were in school, and then basically started my travel agency in 1981.
There was not an industry at all to speak of back in 1981. Yes, people have been traveling forever, but we didn't have a travel industry as such.
How much tennis can you play? How much can you volunteer at the school or the hospital? So one day I said to my husband, I think I'll get a real job, one that pays money. So I ended up working in a travel agency for half a day for $2 an hour, delivering airline tickets all over downtown Dallas. The agency was taken over by a larger agency at one point, and they put out a directive that the 5 women working there would have to make their coffee. So I went to my typewriter in 1974 and wrote a memo saying, since I don't avail myself of the coffee, I'm not going to make it. They considered it the most revolutionary act and fired me on the spot. So here I was, my first job in my whole life, and I lost it. I had to go back home and play tennis with the girls.
The power of women is in our ability and our innate desire to have a community and to work together. We don't feel like we can power our way through. We have to work together and find a way. We're better in groups and we empower each other.
I grew up and experienced my business life in a world where it was a man's world. Always a man's world.
I was always independent. My parents gave me the ability to be independent and have my own mind and choose where I wanted to go to school. It wasn't anything that I thought about. I just charged ahead.
A lot of Virtuoso's success was because we were able to do things that had never been done, but the only way they were able to get done was through trust. They were foundational to creating that level of trust that allows us to do that. You know, my favorite definition of leadership has always been the ability to get people to set a small or appropriate amount of self-interest to the side to do something together that we couldn't do alone.
I've been one of the original Virtuosos, and we were Allied, and then API, and now Virtuoso. Back then, we were very small, but we were mighty. And I bought into all of the different things that we could do.
We joined Virtuoso in 1996, and that was probably the biggest, best decision we ever made.
And then Virtuoso came along, and that was just like Christmas to me, because it gave me the tools to really sell so well to that market. It was like this magic. And everything that we did seemed to be so different and so special. We were able to give our clients so much special stuff that
they wouldn't be able to receive elsewhere. That's when our business boomed, because we had this edge on everybody else.
The power of Virtuoso in sharing information is so crucial to everyone's life and career.
You can say friendly competitors, but I don't think we're even that. It's the old, a rising tide floats all boats, and we all believe in that and share practices, share what worked, what didn't, why it did or didn't. There just is a family aspect to this whole community. I mean, the whole Virtuoso community, we just love each other.
It's the engagement we have with our partners overseas and the ability that gives us in turn to give us something really special to our clients. I mean, after all, what are we in it for except to give value to our clients and to give them special experiences that they can't get elsewhere?
I really feel like having the suppliers from Virtuoso as our focus was very helpful. Instead of trying to sell every company and sell every hotel and sell everything, having that focus was really instrumental in the growth and success of the business.
You just don't know how critically important it is to be a member of Virtuoso. In the broad sense of supplier and advisor, it changes your business. It totally changes your business model because of the accessibility to experts in whatever field it is, the supplier side, a cruise thing, a hotel.
It pleases me to go around the world, and when I say, yes, I'm a Virtuoso agency, I am recognized 10 times over, and it makes a great impact, not only on my suppliers, people that I do business with, but our clients. Many times I've had clients, are you a Virtuoso agency? In other words, I'm not going to do business with you unless you're Virtuoso.
I'm very proud to be a Virtuoso member, a big supporter of Virtuoso. I can't even imagine not being part of Virtuoso or going to any other organization because we are the best of the best.
GPS works because of triangulation. So you have to have a minimum of 3 satellites to triangulate a point, but every additional signal adds to the accuracy. So for me, it was not only a blessing to know them individually, but also to have the incredible blessing of having them all together in this community. When you add them all up, then you get more accurate bearings.
I was not afraid to say that this is black and this is white, there is no gray, that we need to stand up and support what we both see as the correct vision. I think actually sometimes criticism, particularly if it's constructive criticism, is helpful for all of us, both from the side of me as a travel professional and to our partners and suppliers of travel.
I have a very strong moral compass that was raised that way. So I would say just doing what you believe in and sticking to it, not being potentially tempted, shall we say, to go off course, but just sticking with your basic life's value system. That's what it is.
To me, people don't listen enough. And maybe some advisors or agents, quote, assume that people are going to want something like they want. But you need to listen to the people, see what they're going to say, and find out what's their interest.
I just wish people pick up the phone more and have a conversation. And it's just because they're a bit scared, because they're not used to using the phone and not used to having that communication that we've always had in the past. The thing that always strikes me with young people is that they have an enormous enthusiasm and they want to always tell their clients about what they love. They just blurt it out, you know, they can't stop themselves. Whereas they really need to take it slowly and try and look at travel when they're traveling through the eyes of their clients. Being able to listen is the biggest quality you can possibly have. And that's with your team, it's with your clients, it's with everything you do.
I think it's the hardest thing for somebody that wants to just go into travel is to realize that it's a lot of work. It's not just get up in the morning and go to Paris. It's a lot of work.
And I think that's one of the secrets or the keys to be successful is to learn what luxury is to your client, what they think.
Start with a specific expertise. Choose something that you want to do. You love to travel in that style, and start there. The client will then lead you into other areas, but you can't learn it all in one sitting. So if you stick to selling what you love and know and not trying to do everything for everybody, which is the way we all started out, you'll go a lot further, a lot faster.
I want to share everything with them, but I also understand that some of the younger women don't want that extra coaching. They want to do it themselves. So I try to respect that. There's a fine line, and anybody who wants to learn about things, I'm happy to share with them.
At 90 years of age and still working every day, I like to think that I have been an inspiration to young women who are coming into the industry, to show them that there is a future and that they all can do very well. The travel business is an exciting business. It's also a lot of work, but I think women have the touch. We are nurturing, we understand, and we know about service. Work hard, listen carefully, keep your sense of humor, you'll make it.
You obviously know that they really are caring people, that whenever they're talking to you, they really truly care, but they also demand excellence. So they're not pushovers. Like, they're sweet, they're nice, but they're also very, they expect hard work and excellence.
I've lived through recession, COVID, you name it, we've had it. And you do the best you can.
The first time it happens, you think, oh my goodness, and then you just have to pull up your bootstraps and just go for it and just hope that it'll all work out and just put your nose to the grindstone.
I think you have to be resilient. You have to be open to change. You have to be aware of what's happening around the world, particularly if you're in travel and your clients are traveling around the world.
I've had a kind of a difficult last year or year before. My husband passed away, and that was terrible. But after a while, you get on the plane and go to Paris or France.
We early on tended to think we were unique, but every industry experiences the challenges of change, experiences the challenges of downturns. It's just never going to be smooth. Enjoy the good times and figure out the bad. I think that's the biggest challenge in today's world, is all the challenges happen fast and faster and faster. But we've gotten used to the idea that there are going to be changes, and that every time we have a change, it ends up better. It's just you have to go through the rough patch to get there.
All my life, I've gotten up in the morning and had a to-do list. It's just my life, my lifestyle. I still enjoy it. I think the word passion is overused, but I have the interest. When a question comes up, I like to know, how does that work? Where can I do the research on this?
They've taught me a lot, just honestly, by just the way they carry themselves. And, it's the old adage about, I probably learn more by what you actually do than what you say. I've seen them, operate, and how they interact with others, what they do. It's hard to pinpoint exactly. I mean, they're all the same in one way, and they're all incredibly different, which is kind of cool.
I guess I'd say I'm an ambassador to the world. I want everybody to know our life, and I want to know theirs. My favorite thing to do in any port is to go in and have a little cafe crawl, I call it. It's cappuccino, anywhere I can find it. Talk to the people, ask them about their life. You would be surprised how people just love to talk about themselves. And it makes you closer to them, and it just is a joy to me. If I can get on a plane and go someplace, I'd go tomorrow.
I can't even tell you how it's impacted my life. It's phenomenal. I just have this real thirst for going to new countries and new destinations and checking out hotels. I can't imagine that I could do anything else that would be as fulfilling or as wonderful as what I do every day.
Well, part of it is the learning, part of it is seeing friends, part of it is exploring. I've always said I'm going to die at my desk, so I love to explore. So as often as I can travel or be constructive in a meeting, whether it's a focus group or a board or anything related to travel.
People are the same all over. They have the same mind, the heart, the spirit you do. You know, you go into different countries with all the different cultures and you say, oh my gosh, that's so unusual, different, and yet the same. At the end of the day, we're all in this together.
We are a big, wonderful world. And to me, travel is the best education. You can learn more by going and visiting a country, not like a tourist. You know, get rid of the Hawaiian shirt and really talk to the people.
Borders divide and travel unites, but when you meet people anywhere in this world, you can be friends almost instantly with a smile, even if you don't speak the language.
They've made it very exciting to see that I have a long runway. So if I take care of myself, I keep open-minded, I keep passionate. One bolder woman said to me, my definition of retirement is when you no longer do what you don't want to do. And I'm doing what I want to do. So doesn't get any simpler definition than that.
I have a philosophy about old age. I tell all my friends, get a good hairdresser who knows how to color your hair. Learn how to put on the war paint so you don't look too old. And keep moving, because that's the key, that's the secret.
It makes me happy, and I just can't ever see giving it up. I have a lot of people that say, well, when are you going to retire? And I say, well, first, I'm too young, and then second, what would I do that would make me any happier? Embrace life, embrace travel, embrace the other professionals in your business. I just keep saying enjoy life and be happy. Be happy with what you're doing.
It is all about experience. And as I say, savoring every minute of it. You know, because life's short when all is said and done, so you really want to grab the brass ring and enjoy.
I'm optimistic about my future, I'm optimistic about our industry, and I'm certainly optimistic about people. We never know when our time is going to come. I had a massive heart attack when I was 59 years of age and triple bypass and all of that. I was supposed to take 2 months off. I took less than a month off and I was back in my office.
As I get older, you know, the people that I see of my age group who is not traveling anymore, they don't have that energy, you know, and that just keeps us alive, keeps us young. And there isn't a day that I regret that. And there isn't a day that I don't learn something that's totally new.
Whether it's a person or a situation or a profession, lean into it, be vulnerable and love it, and it will bring you joy.
I try to enjoy every day and feel like every day is a gift. I'm 84 years old and I'm still going. Get up, get your clothes on, get out and go somewhere.
Life is short. Enjoy the journey. There's no third act. Seize the day and thank God for every day you have.